Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to Math Quest. All right, here I am about to teach you how to write an explicit rule for an arithmetic sequence using general form. All right, you know me. If you're ready to watch one of my lessons, that means you have your notebook out, you're ready to write, take down notes. So the first thing I want you to write is this. Title it. Title your notes. Arithmetic sequences using general form, and then copy down this table. All right, so go ahead and pause and do that. So now I assume you're back, right? So let's get to it. I make this so easy for you. So the first thing I want you to pay attention to here is n and f of n. Sometimes I just noticed that was a capital F. Doesn't need to be a capital F. It's just an F. All right, not like your grades, of course. No, okay, I wasn't. Okay, so here we go. I'm just playing with you. Hey, this n, those are just like my input values. So if you're new to this, it's just like when you had your x values, right? Your x is your input. Well, this is n. And this is f of n, just like my outputs, my y values. So I don't want you to get caught up in the n and f of n and think that there's something fancy there. That's the first thing. All right, to be able to write an explicit rule using the general form, right? The first thing you need is the general form. So let me grab a pencil here. Let's do this in orange, because orange is just cool like that. So f of n, right, is going to equal my f of 1 plus d times n minus 1. So go ahead and copy that down. This is my general form formula. Okay, this is all it is. So this is what we're going to do today. Now the question is, well, what does this all mean? Good question. You guys are on it. F of 1 means the value of my first term. So write that down. Make a note of that. Okay. Let me use some fancy color here. So this is the value of my first term. Value of my first term. Write that down too, because you'll forget. First term. That's an R and an M. So what does the variable D stand for? Well, that's the common difference. Common difference. Hopefully by now you've been writing rules using slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, so you know that you also need there the common difference. So that's all you're going to need to be able to write these rules. All right, so first let's find our first term. Okay, well, what's my first term? If I look here, 1, my first term has a value of 58. Excellent. So there is where I'm going to plug in 58. So right here, let's do f of 1 equals 58. Great. Now I just need to find my common difference. So what's happening here from 58 to 65 to 72? What are they doing? I know it's an arithmetic sequence, so they're adding something or they're subtracting something. Since the numbers are going up, I know that they're adding something. What are they adding? Well, 58 and 65, I can see that they're adding 7. So I'm going to put a plus 7 there. And I'm going to see if it continues that way. So 65 to 72, yeah, that's a plus 7. So 72 to 79, yep, plus 7. All right, great. I found my common difference. My common difference is a positive 7. It's going up, they're adding 7. Awesome. I'm pretty much done. All I have to do is plug these in, right? So let's get some space in here. And oops, down here you can see my next one. Hey, let's keep that hidden till we come up on the next one. All right, here we go. So I'm going to plug these in. So my f of n is going to equal, remember, f of 1. And we said f of 1 is our 58. So we're going to put in 58 there. Now notice it has a plus sign, so we're going to write that plus sign. And then my common difference. What is my common difference? It's a positive 7. So let's put a 7 in there. And we're going to multiply that times n minus 1. I'm done. I just wrote my rule, my explicit rule in general form for this sequence right here. But don't just stop there. We need to test it out, right? So we need to test it out. Since it's an explicit rule, that means whatever term number I plug in, right? Whatever term number in, it must give me that answer back. That's my output. So let's just go and plug in a 4, right? So we're going to plug in a 4 there. So we have 58 plus 7 times 4 minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is 3, and 7 times 3 is 21. So the question is, what is 58 plus 21? Well, that's 50, that's 70, 78, 79. So this equals 79. And then I ask myself, is this value here, 79, the same as it is up here? It is. Guess what? My explicit rule works. I'm done. Is that easy? Oh my goodness. You're doing some algebra. All right. Now listen, I'm going to put the next one up. I want you to copy it down, and I want you to pause the video and see if you can duplicate this process that I just did for you right now. Okay, so here we go. There's the next one. Go ahead and pause the video and get to it. I'm assuming you already paused the video. You did it. Now you're waiting to see what the answer is. Not a problem. Here we go. All right. So my rule, f of, oops, I almost did f of 1. F of n equals my first one, f of 1. I always like to write out the rule, right? Write out the rule enough. If you do it in the beginning, you'll never forget the rule. Common difference times n minus 1. All right, so let's get to it right here. F of n is going to equal my f of 1, which happens to be 35. So let's plug in 35 plus my common difference. I haven't found my common difference yet. So that's 35 and 32. I can see they're subtracting 3. 32 to 29. Yep, they're subtracting 3. So it's going to be a negative 3. So in this case, you can do minus 3 times n minus 1, or just keep the plus sign and put the negative 3 in parentheses. I don't like doing that. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and delete that plus sign and go ahead and put a minus 3. Oh, give me my pencil. All right, minus 3 times n minus 1. And that rule should work for this sequence. So let's just go ahead and plug a random number in. I'm going to plug in the term for my third term. So let's plug that in. That would be 35 minus 3 times 3 minus 1. And that 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So that's 35 minus 6. That should give me 29 for my third term. I go up here and say, yes, my third term is 29. My explicit rule works. I've done it. And the crowd goes wild. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I just can't contain myself. All right. Hey, listen, guys. This is how you write an explicit rule in general form from a sequence. If the values were plugged into a graph, you get the same thing. Your input is your x value, which is your n, and your f of n would be your y values. All right? So same thing, just plug them in there. I hope you got some value out of this video. And if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. All right? Make sure you subscribe. Come on, man. Who makes videos like me? Nobody. All right. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time on Math Quest. Goodbye.